We're live on Zoom, we're live on Facebook, which is amazing. So hello everybody, hello Alex, hello Norbert. This is,
Hi.
I believe, like 9th time, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. It's really cool. Hey, Pitch Ground. Nice to meet you again.
Hello
Hey,
Sing Spider, amazing
yeah.
launch so far. I love it. Hello Andrew, hello Jarek, hello Jim, hello Mark, Arthur. So many people are joining. And today we are talking about interesting topic because I think this touches almost everybody here because almost everybody has or maybe in their life had a WordPress site. And in this webinar, we'll be talking how to use SyncSpider combined with WordPress. So I think it will be filled with actionable tips and tricks as usual. So if you have any questions, please ask us in the chat here on Zoom or on the Facebook, and we'll be answering them either throughout the webinar or in the end of the webinar. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining. This is gonna be so cool. So guys, how are you? How is everything in SyncSpider's offices and headquarters?
So first of all, again, I really want to thank you very, very much. You are so a great audience and great users. You give us so valuable feedback. We've seen that a few points within the software might not be as you have been expected. There are some bugs that you're facing, of course. You report them to us, and this is so important for us to get that feedback so we can really improve that. Our developers are really engaged to make fast steps forward, to remove bugs, to add new features. We get so cool suggestions for new improved feature sets, and they are all on the roadmap. We plan them, we roll them out frequently. So we had today an update for a few things that made improvements. We will introduce a notification email starting from hopefully not next week, but the week after next week, where we give you a list of improvements and updates. So we have a Beamer account now to send those out to all the audience and give you valuable information about what has improved. We've been a bit silent about this because we really have seen a lot of things that needed to be addressed, and that has been done. We had a problem with the sign up process with redeeming the code because this is a third-party software that we are using for billing, and we needed to get in touch with the support of them and got the things resolved, but everyone has been covered. If there is someone who is still missing the bonuses, we announced that already in the initial webinar, the first 72 hours, that if the bonuses, they can only be added manually by our team. So if you apply for a bonus, all we need is the order number or the invoice number on PitchGround, so we can verify that you purchased within the 72 hours. Just reach out to the support. We get you covered. You will have the bonuses added by our staff manually. Then we had the t-shirts. So we sent out a form using PitchGround. So PitchGround was sending the form to you, who was within the first 3 hours of the deal start. So to redeem the t-shirt, it's the same here. All we need is the invoice number or the order number to verify that you purchased within the time. Just fill out the form, you will get the t-shirt. The swags has been sent now, finally, to all those people who want the swag. So there was a lot of things happening.
Absolutely, it was crazy.
And aside that, we are working on the integration. So aside that, we are fully focused to give you new integrations. So finally this week, there will be Thrive Card released on Friday. Ladislav, who is working on Sales Flare and aside that doing some bug fixing, told me he will give his best that we release it on Friday. And I told him there is no the best that I accept if we don't release it. It's a no thing, so we need to release it. He's really giving the best. So it's under testing. We are nearly there, and it will come. Costa will do the Google Sheets update. So Google Sheets will be extremely improved. So first of all, which will be planned to release this week, is that the Google Forms, or not the Google Forms, the Google Sheets, will not be within the CSV module anymore. It will be a standalone module, so you can find Google Sheets as standalone module. And it will allow you to also append rows. This is something that was not there before. So we can then append the rows of an existing sheet. In the next release, so there will be also a further improvement. This week we try to have it as a module. Next week we will release tab support. So you don't even have just the sheet and tab 1. You can also have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and so on within a Google Sheet. So if they have several tabs, you have that as well. Sheets, tabs, whatever. So we will have that. Vladimir is currently finishing the HTML forms module so that you can have a JavaScript snippet on top of your page where we read out the form and grab that and send it via SyncSpider. We had a version already where we created the form and you needed to embed it to your website so that we are the form provider. And I said, this is no good way because you need to consider styling. You need to consider that someone has a tool like whatever, a CMS solution where we are not allowed to embed a form. So we reverted that and changed it to a JavaScript, and this is currently nearly finished. So we are really step by step there. The week after next week, next week, sorry, after Thrivecart, we will do a PrestaShop improvement. So Presta 1.7 is there. Mautic is on the plate at the moment, and wow, a lot of things. We're really working hard for you guys. If you face maybe a bit slower support, please be with us. We are still a small team, and we try to get very personal approach, get in touch with you. Alex is very engaged with the team. We are a lot of talking and try to get everyone covered. Please bear with us if you are not the number one in the support line and get a response in a minute or two. It can take a bit, but we will reply and we will get you covered.
Damn, a lot of things are going on in SyncSpider. That's amazing to hear. So as usual, if people need some integration or they want to see like what integration is coming next, they can check it on syncspider.feedbear.com, right?
Absolutely. Still all there, right. Still working, and still, so I think at least 5 to 10 requests a day.
Man, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really it's amazing.
Yeah.
We are currently searching for a few new developers. So guys out there, if you are used to Laravel, Spark, PHP to AngularJS, and you want to build some integrations together with our team, send us a message. We will see if there is maybe even as freelancer, if there is a spot.
Yeah.
We had also cool LTD tools that are launching at the moment. So or that are prepared to launch even in other groups that heard about the SyncSpider deal and that reached out to us and asked us how they can integrate with us. So we don't need to do that integrations. They will do it themselves. I'm so happy that this happens. There are some of them, and they will integrate themselves with our API.
That's perfect.
So it will grow a bit.
All right. We have first some questions, but we will jump into it a little bit later. So once again, for everybody who is joining, we are talking about what's new in SyncSpider and how can you use SyncSpider in combination with WordPress. So Norbert, Alex, I would like to ask you right now to start explaining a little bit how why people came here and get to the topic actually.
Sure, absolutely. So first of all, so my screen is shared now, so you should see SyncSpider.
Yes.
Good. That's nice.
Yes.
So WordPress. First of all, why we even built WordPress integration is mainly the reason because with the WooCommerce integration, we faced a few leaks that we needed to fix. First of all was that we could not see and we could not write into meta fields. So let me just hop into to a client project. And show you what I mean. So meta fields are the fields that are used for every single WordPress installation. A meta field is a free field that can extend the fields or the entry fields that you have in the backend for products, for pages, for categories, for every custom post type. And those meta fields can be found at the bottom of the page. These are those custom fields here. And those custom fields mostly reflect anywhere here in the regular fields that you are using. Like here for WooCommerce, there is a plugin that we use for B2B. It's B2B Market from WordPress in Germany. And also these fields that you see here are mainly meta fields that are in the regular data set of WordPress. So, and we were not able to, you see them here. This is, for instance, one of those fields that are here that are up here again. Okay, so these are the meta fields. And we were not able, when we connected right to using the regular WooCommerce API, to see those fields. And we needed to fill out those specific attributes here for B2B or for any other kind of plugin. There is tier pricing plugin for other shops. There is whatever you dream of, and everything that has a meta field in the backend can now be filled using our small WordPress plugin. So you just install the plugin, and we extend the API of WooCommerce, adding those fields. Now, it was not only that the meta fields have been missing. We have seen that we were not able to read and write users. It was also important for our clients that they were able to, if they had an ERP system already or another shop system or whatever, they needed to import the existing users first. So we further on expanded our plugin to allow the creation of users and reading of users. So we also are able to get the users, including all meta feeds again. So if I go here to my account, edit my profile, I'm a user as well, I'm able to see all those custom fields. So we have here custom fields in place that are done using the toolset plugin, a very common plugin to add custom fields. And we also support ACF, also a very common plugin for custom fields. And now we are able to see all those fields that we created, and we can write those fields, of course. We also see the fields from WooCommerce. So we also can work with them and fill them and read them. Now, another use case came up because WordPress can do so many things. We had the case that users wanted to fill out pages or blog posts. So it got further extended by default post types of WooCommerce. And the final step that we did, but it's still not the final step. I will tell you a bit more why, because we're still developing and improving the tool. There was the need to also fill custom post types. Also in this shop, because I will show the demo a bit with relation to this shop here, this user has a store finder. In this case, it's translated to German because we have translated that already. Filialsuche means store finder. It's nothing else that you can list all your stores, and it is a custom post type. and users can go down to the front end, and click here on Find My Store, and we have all the addresses here, and you give in your address here, and then it finds the nearest stores for you. And this is also a custom post type that is built in the default plugin schema of WordPress, and we fill out all the fields from the ERP software that is external. So they have really just one touch point. This is the ERP software where they manage all the customers, all the orders, all the products, and all the branches that are in the store finder. The only thing at the moment where they need to log in is to build content pages and blog posts. And then they are never, ever in WordPress for just managing something because they simply don't need it. And everything is done using our plugin and a simple connector. And this is what I am quickly showing to you. So I'm going to that specific customer here, and we have set up 4 different tasks for that. Task number 1 is Kunden, which means customers. So what we're doing is we're sending from Odoo, the ERP software, to WordPress, the users of this website. So let me go to that task. We picked as source the Odoo partners, which are the customers mainly in WooCommerce or in WordPress. We connected to our WordPress plugin and WordPress integration, and this is really easy to do. Let me show you that as well quickly. When you add WordPress, all you need to do is click on the new integration, give it a name, hop over to the next step, provide the WordPress URL, namely really just the URL that you see here without WP admin. And the API key is something that you get in our SyncSpider extension. So all you need to do is find the SyncSpider settings when you installed the plugin. The plugin itself can be downloaded here. Just click the download button and install it as a regular plugin. We're currently working to be listed on the WordPress plugin repository, so you can even pretty soon find it when you just search for a plugin within WordPress. So you get and add the API key here that you find in the WordPress site. It's just here. Copy that API key, paste it, click on finish, and the site is added and you can use it. And you can, of course, pick either posts or users. In the next steps, you will see how we identify which type of post to use. In this case, it's users. So I hit over to the next step. I can now configure the source. So it is not relevant for you because it's the source specific. In this case, for Odoo, I need to specify the language. And then I can do a filter for the source, which is also done. And then you have the unique identifier that we need to define for users. In this case, we allow to identify by email because email is an obligation field when you create a user, and ID. So either this or that you can use. I would recommend email. What we will do in general for WordPress, this is already on our roadmap, is to extend our plugin to also allow you to choose the unique identifier from a free field. Why do we do that? A lot of ERP software has the unique identifier as customer number or customer ID. And we want users not to be limited to change email address in WooCommerce, because then we would not find anymore that specific user because it would have changed. And so we will introduce the possibility to create a custom field for a, let's say, Kundennummer, and we also would read out that field and you can use it as unique identifier as well. This is upcoming and it's really helping a lot if you use it for e-commerce. So now let me go to the mapping screen, and this is the classical thing. You have here all the attributes of the source, all the attributes of the target, and all you need to do is mapping. And in this case, you see what we mapped already. We mapped the internal referency, which is the customer number in Odoo, with the username. So every user has his username, his customer number. They know how to log in, and of course the email. And even for the password, we mapped something. So that all the users can log in. Now, one specific thing are the meter fields. So these are all the default fields that are sent by WordPress by default. And now the meter fields are all those fields that we are extracting with our WordPress plugin. So you see all those meter fields here that can be filled, and it is really a lot. There is one thing that you need to know so those fields get visible. You need to create one entry in that specific custom post type manually. So if you have no user at the moment, just create that one user. And then you need to fill out, so let me get to the profile again. And then you need to fill out all the forms fields that you want to see with any kind of value. Okay, just fill in a value so that we recognize those fields in SyncSpider. And when you've done this and you click on save, you just refresh the schema. The schema in this case is destination, so refresh the destination schema. If WordPress is the source, then refresh the source schema, and we will refresh it, load all those attributes, and you will see them. This is the only thing that we still could not resolve in another way, but it is just a small thing you need to do to have one dummy entry so that we can see those fields. And if you have mapped everything, it goes the typical way. You click the, just let me do one thing and remove that filter here. So we have more than one entry. In this case, we're filtering for one specific customer number, and I want to have all the customer numbers so that the task is running a bit longer. So last step is still the activation. And in this demo case, it is scheduled for a demo repeat of midnight 30, and the users will get imported all. If the source system can send events or push events, you can still choose event, and then we're pushing the tasks right away. So let me finish that one and just run it so you can see the process and how it works. It will take a bit longer because there are a lot of customers, but it's running in the background. You see it's importing for some auto data. We are missing things, but we still proceed. Those things that are missed are just kept out. And in this case, you see we are processing now every few seconds around about 100 items from the source. And we will later come in back to that task and see the target processing as well. Now, the second thing that we did, and you see here now the task is running. So I've also in the dashboard the overview that my task is running and that there is progress. Let me jump into products. So article means products. Also here we come from Odoo and send it to WooCommerce. And here we have, I just go over here a bit faster and just show you the mapping screen. Because it's entirely the same thing. And in the mapping screen, you will also see that we present metadata to you that no other tool is able to fill, or maybe they are able to fill, but I've not seen them so far, that they extended their tools so far that they also can see and fill those meta attributes. So in this case, we have specific attributes that need to be filled, like Lieferzeit, which means delivery time, for instance. This field is not there by default. It is a meta field, and we can also fill that delivery time, which is an obligation in European Union that we need to provide with the delivery time. We also have something like it's called base price calculation. Also, base price calculation is something that is not available in the default API, and the base price calculation here in the meter field is there, and we fill out the necessary fields so that WooCommerce can do the auto calculation. Or here, the barcode, the GTN attribute is the same. It's not there by default, by default WooCommerce. And here we have some custom fields that we fill out. So also everything is covered. And the same thing. So don't start that task. It's nearly the same as products. Now let's go the way back. We have orders here. Bestellungen means orders. Let me jump into when WooCommerce, let's say, is the source. Here we have order as source. We're sending to auto in this case as a sales order. Now we are currently extending the filters. So let me just check out the WooCommerce source integration so we can choose here what to import. In this case, we want to import all orders, and here always all orders, because the shop is still not live and we are currently under the testing phase. So we want to see a lot of orders, but we could also say we want to import all orders, but only those with the status processing. So if the user has purchased and the purchase is valid, then it's status processing, but we can also read custom statuses. So if you have created some custom statuses, they will be also here and you can use them. So setting processing, and then we can change the status. So after we imported the processing order, we would change it to completed. So it will not be imported after this run, because we set here all the orders. What we also can do is we can say we can remember what we imported last, and you can set it to only import created after last import. So you can grab all the orders that have the status processing that was not yet imported and then set it to completed. Or you can even say don't change the status, because the status should stay as it is, because you need it for any other reason. So there are really a lot of things you can do to make this a very interesting order export for you into any tool that you might use. Also adding filters. So at the moment we have just a few filters here because the WooCommerce API is not allowing us to filter for more, at least the version that we're currently using. This is on our roadmap to upgrade this and to give you more filters for WooCommerce using the default API with the new API version, and extending what we can't see with our plugin. So to have more filters, like all orders with country X should go to the fulfillment provider Y, and so on. And in the meta screen, you see here now the other opposite, because now we want to read meter fields, and you see those under custom attributes here. These are all the meter fields that we are seeing from that specific order. And we even have the possibility to give you order items. So everything that is really a product within the order. But we can also give you all order lines, which also includes things like if you used a coupon or the shipping, then WooCommerce added this as a line into the order, but it's not an order item, it's a line in the orders. So you can use that one to map if you also want to have a specific row for shipping or for coupons. So we also gave you that thing, and also the free field, like here invoice number is a free field there, that we also grab the invoice number if the B2B or if the German market plugin is installed. And here you see first time on events, so we can trigger this task as soon as a new order is placed or the order has been updated. You can choose from when to trigger that task. Of course, you can still go as scheduler and send it every hour, but in this case, you can even set up an on event, which means I place the order and WooCommerce is triggering the task right away and the order is pushed wherever you want to have it. Okay, so this one is for orders. And now we have the dealers here. This is really now from auto to WordPress, where we write into a custom post type. So we have, again, the source partners from auto, because we grab it from there. We have the target into post, so WordPress post. We choose again from auto the source configuration that we wanted to do, and now we can set up a filter. In this case, we are filtering for users that have a specific attribute here equals to yes. So if this one is in auto marked as yes, then we grab that user and put it into the custom post type. And now we configure the target, namely the WordPress custom post type. So we choose again from the unique identifier. Here we have name and ID. Soon we will give again here custom fields as well as unique identifier. And then we can choose from the post type. So here are all the post types that we read out dynamically from that specific WordPress installation. You see portfolio, you see REST API, and if you see something in German, don't worry, we read it in that language that your store is set as default language. So if your store is set to German as default language and products, for instance, is translated to Produkte, we will read it as Produkte. If it's set to English, we will read it as products. If it's set to Spanish, we will read it in Spanish, and so on. So it's not that we didn't translate it, it's really the name that it is in your default setting in WordPress, and those are the custom post types. These are the blog posts, these are the pages, these are the blogs, products, REST API log entries, portfolio, and in this case, the branch search, the store finder. And we just go over here to the mapping screen and we can use it as usual to map all the referring fields of Odoo to the store finder and even write all those needed meter fields. And in this case here, for instance, we have country, just as an example, country code, and we can here give a fallback value, just as an example. If you don't have the country code somewhere and you want to have them as fallback anywhere, so you can always use fallback values as well, which is helping you to really fill all those feeds that are needed. And here we see also option fields or hierarchies. So in this case, let's say we have also the categories that we could fill. We don't have them here. There are no categories in auto for users, but just to show you what you see when you map a field to hierarchy, you have the option to select from the existing options here that are in the target. Let me map another field. Let me name here so it's even better. So you can say if on the left-hand side there is the category test, then you can map it to the category allgemein and just press plus. If it's then test 2, you can map it to, let's say, this one. So you can do even a mapping text based on target. And here we show you the real category list of this specific destination. Okay, and it's the same thing for options. So as soon as you see an option field or a Boolean field, we present you that as an option field or Boolean field, and you can do the inner mapping or even do it automatically. So we create it, map automatically, we create it from the source, the value, and send it as option to the target, or you can do the mapping here. So there's really a lot of options that we give you to fill your custom post types. And again here, scheduler. Okay, so let's click here and go back and see how far we are with the customers and see what we are doing. So we read out a lot of attributes. We found out that there are missing records that have a required field, and we are skipping those records. And we are already, so these are some of out of 3,000 entries, and we are currently transferring the data that we got from Odoo to the data that WordPress is expecting from us. after this is done, we will start the export. So we will come back here pretty soon. Now let me jump back to my account, and while I am jumping back, I'm open for the first question round.
We don't have much questions yet. We have just a few and one really nice message from Anil here on Zoom. But we have two questions. Both are actually from Richard. And Richard is asking, or maybe suggesting, I would like to see more commercial integrations.
Which ones?
Which ones? That's the right question. So Richard, go to syncspider.feedbear.com and check if it's maybe your integration you're looking for not already there. And if not, just suggest it and ask people to vote for it. And it will be in SyncSpider. And second question from Richard, are there any plans to improve the UI for SyncSpider?
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
The UI is improved a little bit, but now when it's coming live and when we use it, we all feel that something needs to be changed. This is not something we are gonna jump on right now. We're still on all of this integration things. So UI will be improved, but not. I cannot say the right date.
But yes, it's in the roadmap.
It's an ongoing
Process,
thing. So if we notice something, if users report something, if it's a quick thing, we do it, of course, right away. If it's a longer thing, we will plan it. We are on weekly discussions about UI improvements. So we have a designer, of course, a UX designer that is working with us to make things better. We are monitoring some users when they using the tool. So we do some live sessions where we are not as now, where I am talking all the time. We have live sessions with users where we are simply watching and are silent, and we give them tasks like add a CSV integration and send the products to WooCommerce or whatever. We name these tasks, and we listen, and we don't do anything. We just hear what the users are talking. We ask them to talk while they are doing something, and we just watch what they are doing and recording that. And these are our user tests. We found out that our UI improved massively already from the version that we had before. It was too techy before.
I believe PitchGrounders even haven't seen, right, the first version.
No, they didn't see it. Yeah, we did a lot of work to make it much better. We still see a lot of space for improvement, but our main priority, to be very honest, is to make the integrations that we have better, to give you all the features that you need, and to integrate to new tools. And aside that, we will do, of course, UI improvements. We are a young tool. This is a lifetime deal. And you will see SyncSpider in 1 year, maybe in an entirely new look. But this is not something that we are currently focusing on.
Yes. All right. More questions are coming. That's great. Message from Richard. I already submitted my integrations. Amazing. So right now, all you have to do is just get enough upvotes so they will be integrated as soon as possible. Is it right?
Yep.
Okay. Message from Anil. The change order status to complete it is a very good tip. This is something I did not consider when migrating a store that is still live and the old platform Thank
Got
you.
it. Yeah, great. It works for nearly every shop integration. So if you migrating from Magento to WooCommerce, it will work nearly the same way. They are sometimes a bit different because of the API that we have, but typically we try to have this order status change in every shop integration.
Okay, another question. This is, I believe, on Zoom from Jarek. Can you go back and explain how to see all the tables in the WordPress, which plugins to be used? And then the follow-up message was custom fields.
I did not get it. I'm sorry. You
So,
can,
so,
of
so
course,
Jarek,
if
if
you
you could maybe elaborate your question a little, that'd be awesome, and we will get back to it once.
yes, and if you want, you can of course reach out to the chat support, and we go on a quick use case analysis for your personal use case, and see that we get you covered.
All right. Question from Mark. Can you integrate with QuickBooks? Will you also support WooCommerce multiple currencies for order sync?
I think that multiple currencies is already supported. So I don't have at least another.
So the first part of the question was once you integrate with QuickBooks. That's actually the whole question. Sorry. Will you support WooCommerce multiple currencies for all order sync? So you're saying that
QuickBooks will definitely support it. So QuickBooks is something that we're definitely supporting soon and integrate soon, because it's a very high requested integration, and it's important for e-commerce, same as FreshBooks and Xero.
Yeah, Xero. Xero. Yeah.
Xero, exactly. So those are integrations that we're coming. Same as Safdesk for Germany. So I even had a discussion today.
Okay, so QuickBooks will be integrated soon, and multiple currencies in WooCommerce are already supported.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be. So I don't have another information, and I know that if we have one client that has 16 different currencies, and I don't know if what exactly they are using, or if it's just shipping export, but I'm pretty sure it's there. If not, just ping me and let me see and check this out. But I think it's there.
Yes. All right. Another question from Jarek. Windows App Exe is supporting MySQL up to version 8. What about version 10?
We can add it. Just ping me. This is something that we just is a small extension. Well, the MySQL part on the Windows thing is something that you will see in SyncSpider native app in the cloud version as well, to connect to MySQL databases. And the Windows is just a workaround for now, as long as we don't have it within SyncSpider native. And we can add this one for you. Just send out what you need for which database exactly you need, and I will give this to our Windows developer, and he is pretty fast on that. So this week he's on vacation, but next week when he's back, I can push him a bit.
All right. Question from Alex. The second example isn't complicated. Any plans for affiliate network integrations?
As WordPress plugin?
I believe like affiliate networks, something like Max Bounty or Peerfly, and these networks, maybe ClickBank and networks like this.
We have requests for that. Trade Tabla and all those kind of tools.
Yeah.
If not there, put it on the FeedBear roadmap and upvote for it. The more upvotes it gets, the sooner it will be implemented. But definitely, it's something that we're looking for.
Yeah, Alex is elaborating. Amin, Adel, Belboon, Atcel. These are the affiliate networks. Okay. So I believe just syncspider.feedbear.com, same process.
Yeah.
So basically, guys, for all integrations, most of them we're gonna do, but when is just the matter of time, how fast we can do it.
And we need developers. I repeat it. We need some developers. So reach out, guys. If you wanna build integrations, and you can do PHP, use to API, and Laravel, and Angular. Angular is mainly not needed. It's just the front end. So check. If you don't have that, no problem. You are used to GitLab and work in a team, then give it a try. Ping us, let us know. Let's do some integrations.
And these guys are great. I met them live in Vienna, and you want to work with them.
Thanks, Jakub.
Anyway, more questions. Question from Akim. Will there be LTD add-on packages available, for example, to have more operations per month as a business package owner?
As you know, we only planned for agency to give add-ons. We haven't discussed anything about giving add-ons for business.
We
So
will
not sure
discuss it and announce it. Yeah,
Okay.
there will be an add-on for agencies to increase the number of sub accounts, and we can discuss maybe we can add an add-on for business as well to increase the number. Let us discuss it with Judith and announce it.
Alrighty then. A question from Yusuf. Can we integrate CSV file from WordPress e-commerce? In brackets, I just joined. That's why I asked this question.
Yes, the answer is yes, of course. CSV is one of our most important modules that we have. You can add a CSV file as source and as target, so you can send product data. You can even create orders in WooCommerce from a CSV file. Or you can even go and connect your Amazon account with WooCommerce and send orders from Amazon to WooCommerce to fulfill it in WooCommerce and send the order status back to Amazon. There's so much you can do, and yes, CSV is fully supported. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, question from Steven. Please listen closely because it's quite technical. And Steven is asking, if a prospective API is designed to transfer images or text files or maps or other objects, is it possible to map them with a simple field-to-field match? Or are more steps involved to validate the content as well? Thanks.
We have a type that is called complex type when it comes to such attributes that belong together. We identify such complex types typically, and then we send it together. Image is a good example. If you send an image to WooCommerce, then you send the image URL, you send the alt tag, and you send the label. This all belongs together in one entry, and you can send multiple images to WooCommerce. So we identify this as a complex type where you map 3 fields within that type. We give that in the view as a dropdown, so you see exactly what belongs together, and then we transfer this as one data set, and so you can send multiple images with different alt tags and different labels. Also technical enough answer?
What was it?
Also a technical enough answer?
I didn't understand it, so I believe yes.
Yeah, good.
It has to be yes.
In terms of integrations, is LexOffice also planned? LexOffice also planned?
German user, hello. You can use LexOffice with our Windows connector. If it's the local Windows version, just reach out. Let us give it a try and connect it using our Windows software. If you don't, if it's not the Windows version but the web version, I assume that there was something. I don't remember if they have an API. If they have, we will definitely support it as one of the most important ERP, small ERP softwares in the German-speaking area. So LexOffice, Orgamax. Orgamax is, by the way, supported with our Windows version already. Yeah, Zefdesk, Sage. These are a lot of tools that are connected with our Windows software.
Akim is saying LexOffice is the cloud version.
LexOffice is the cloud version, then we will try to see the API of them and we will connect it, just put it on the list on FeedBear and we get those things covered for you.
All right, and last question, what I see here from Michael. Is there a time frame when an email parser will be available? Thanks, love SyncSpider.
Thank you so much. Love you too. Email parser inbound or outbound?
That's not specified.
Okay, email parser outbound pretty soon, really pretty soon, because it's a more or less easy task. Inbound is a bit more difficult, so inbound will take a bit longer, but outbound pretty soon. Okay.
And about the technical question I asked, Stephen just responded, yes, got it, got it, great. All right. Okay, that's the questions I see so far. So guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. And meanwhile, we'll be going forwards in a WordPress presentation. Is there anything else you would like to show, Norbert? I believe there is one.
One thing, just to show you, I had the question about LearnDash. And the user Achim, thank you again, Achim, if you're watching, for giving me the WordPress installation, a test installation. Yeah,
he's the
Achim,
LexOffice guy. He's the LexOffice guy.
Yeah, again, Achim, always your special requests. Thank you very much. So let's reach out to me. You know already where I am and how to reach me. So and we play around with your LexOffice. So the LearnDash is there are a few things in LearnDash that could be interesting for you. So for the LearnDash installation, we see the LearnDash installation. So here I go into the task that I set up earlier. I integrated with the WooCommerce and used post type. Now as reading, because I want to read from that store, and I write it to a custom CSV just for testing purposes. So it can be anything. The use case mainly is if someone finished a course in LearnDash, to send the information about the finished course to Moosend to trigger a specific kind of email sequence to bring him to the next course, buying the next course. So this could be the use case for it. Course is finished, Moosend is informed that course is finished, emails are triggered. So this could be the use case. So we're reading. What we see here is in the filter now, the custom post types that we can read from. And we see already here the custom post types of LearnDash. So lections, courses, groups, themes. This is all here, recipes. It's all here from that. What we currently can't see, and we found out, and this is why I'm telling you. So what you can do is you can grab all the lessons and you can migrate it to somewhere else. You can fill those lessons from somewhere else. So you can have a spreadsheet with all your courses, with all the content of the course, and fill your lections in LearnDash. What we found out is that LearnDash is storing the information about the lessons on user level. So when I go here to back to the user, just let me open one user. Still here, edit profile. Here we are. So this is the information that we see of all the courses that are in LearnDash. And here I see step 1 out of 4 completed. What we currently not see in the API, because this is not just one custom field, this is some kind of custom block. So what we now can do, and this is why I show it, if you have such specific cases, if you have tools that we currently don't see, let us know. So if you install the WordPress installation, you see something that is missing, let us know, because we can extend this in our ThinkSpider module. And what we do for LearnDash in this case is we will extend our ThinkSpider module to read this block as different entities, and then we can, for instance, do a mapping that says if WordPress Sicherheit is the lesson name, has 4 out of 4 steps, then send it. So we can use it in the filter. And this makes it really cool, because you really can send out data to other tools using such connections. It's the same for contact forms. So if there is a contact form, in this case, like contact form 7 I used, what we will do now is we will try to get the contact form 7 also in the filter for the types. You can read out the entries. These are things we can do because we have a plugin for WordPress, and we can extend that plugin to listen to specific scenarios within WordPress that are very common. And if we identify them, if you don't see something in the WordPress integration, if you miss something, please let us know, and we try to improve that really, really much, because WordPress is really one of our most important and most powerful integrations that we have, and that is very, very often in use. Mainly this is it, guys. If you have any questions, if you are bored, don't let me know. If you have any questions, let me know.
I didn't see any other questions. I saw just a suggestion from Hattori, and he's saying, tutor LMS, guys, LOL. So I sent him to singspider.feedbear.com, as usual.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Meanwhile, before you will send us more questions, I have a challenge for Norbert. And since he speaks German, I want to ask him to do this. So this is the longest German word, and I was actually laughing because all the words you had in your SingSpider were so long. So I was thinking, can you do this?
Donaudampfschifffahrts Elektrizitätskapten Hauptbetriebswerkbau unter Beamtengesellschaft.
SingSpider
wow.
Reading skills, guys. If you don't have
but can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor, Jakob?
Yeah.
Can you please say Orchkatzelschworf?
Once again, please.
Orchkatzelschworf. This is something from Austria. When you come to Austria and you meet a real Austrian guy from Upper Austria, like me, we will ask you this, to say Orchkatzelschworf.
Orchkatzelschworf.
Yeah, great. That's cool. Thank you very much. It's the tail of a squirrel. Orchkatzelschworf. Yeah,
all right.
We will ask you that.
All right. So let me check if we have any other questions. When will you integrate Google Analytics? A question from Alex.
Alex, please, the feedback is really the important channel for us to choose the tools that we integrate next. And so please upload it there. And the more upload it's get, the more up it goes, the faster it will be integrated.
He says it's already here or there.
Yeah, that's cool. Then it will be done. But it's really, we choose from the upvotes. We will not always choose the tool that is most upvoted. This is also something I want to tell you. We will choose out of the first few tools, because we also choose how long does an integration take. So if we have a tool where we have a very quick integration, like 2 or 3 days, we will choose that tool first, of course, because a long integration really, at the moment, we want to release, we want to show you that we can release, and we give you a lot of tools. So, and now we have chosen already tools that take a longer time, and the next tools should be tools that are short implementations, so that we can give you 5 new integrations the next 2 weeks or so, without them that I mentioned today already. So SalesFlare will be there, the Google Sheet as new module, with Pendant, ThriveCard is already up the push. Presto 1.7 will be supported. HTML forms will come. Motic is on already in development. So
okay. Question I see here. How do we collect form data and transfer to CRM? And forms are from WordPress. So, for example, contact form 7 or other forms.
As I said, contact form 7 is already and analyzes how we can implement it, because you need to install from contact form 7. There need to be installed the other plugin that stores the entries in the database. As soon as you have installed that plugin, the form entries are saved, and what we are currently doing is to support this specific plugin. I will write a tutorial for that as soon as we have it, and you can use also pretty soon. So Vladimir said early next week he will be ready with our HTML form grabber. Then all you need to do is add our HTML form module to the head where you also installed analytics. Then we identify the form already on your homepage and grab the data right away and send it wherever you want. And this works with every form on any platform. Doesn't matter if it's WordPress.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for the answer. I hope that we answered, Richard. And question from Joseph. Thanks. Need to go over this later tonight. Does Norbert know York Sprave? let me show you its features. I'm not really sure if we understand your question, Joseph, but I'm letting you know the name. I'm letting you know the question in the chat here.
Yeah.
Norbert. Yeah. Okay.
So let me check.
And there's one last thing I would like to mention before we'll wrap this up. It's already in the chat, by the way.
Who posted Schnaps? Jarek.
Jakub did. Jakub did.
Jakub. Okay, good.
Yeah. So when was the live webinar when we launched SyncSpider? We were also not selling, of course, we are selling, but we are saying that we will award people who will send the best, like Spider-Man SyncSpider image, I believe, with the SyncSpider jacket. So this is the last jacket we'll be giving away, guys. And we actually picked the winner. And after this webinar, I'll be writing a post where we will announce this winner together with the picture. So this will be last SyncSpider jacket winner we will have.
Maybe there will be another webinar, and maybe we have another jacket left, and maybe you could join to see this webinar. Let's see what's come up. Please post on PitchGround or in the direct feedback if there's anything specific that you want to see, so that we can prepare a special webinar for your requests. Post this, or maybe do Jakub, maybe you can do a question if they want to see another webinar with Alex and me and you, and maybe you did ask us, and we will try to help you out and prepare something for you guys.
Absolutely. We have another question from Steven. Thanks a lot for all the questions, Steven. So he's asking, is there any tutorial explaining what's involved in creating an integration? If capable users can do some of the heavy lifting for their apps and apps they use it could bootstrap. Okay, so the first part of the question, is there any tutorial explaining what's involved in creating of an integration?
Yes, we had a webinar regarding the API integration. Jakub, maybe you could share this webinar, the link, so you can watch it, and everything is explained how to create your own integration to your tools that you want to use. I hope this was the answer. So
okay, there's a quite more sentences after the question, but I think I can just send it into Zoom again, and you can read it and answer it later in the chat. So sending it here. All right, let me check if there are some other questions. Nope, I don't see any other questions. Stephen, I hope that we answered your question. So if you need to know more about how to create integration, there was a webinar actually created for it. But if you're looking for something else, just let me know or let Norbert know, and we'll get back to you. All right, so I think that's it, guys. Or is there anything else you would like to share?
No, I'm off. Thank you. Everything cool. Again, thank you very much for being here, and hopefully see you the next time.
One last question here from Arthur. Does this mean I have unlimited number of integrations, 1 million, number of tasks, 1 million?
Exactly. So our billing software needs a metric number. And if you have unlimited purchase during the first 72 hours, and really, if you can reach 1 million integrations with that plan, please ping me. I am happy to add a higher number for you. It's simply when you manage 1 million integrations. So this is terribly high. We will increase it for you, but it's just technical thing. We need to enter a number. I don't know how many digits. No, it's not one. It's 1 million. So 1 billion. I don't know if it supports even 1 billion, but it might. There might be some limit with the numbers. Anywhere.
Yeah, but usually you would just see a lot of nines. So you see that those nines are not coming down. So you have a limit actually.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's it. I didn't see any other questions. So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining. Thanks a lot, Alex and Norbert, for joining as
Thank you,
well and
guys.
for the preparation.
Sure.
And yeah, I will for sure announce the winner of the last Inspire the Jacket, and then we will just ask in upcoming weeks if people are interested in more webinars. If you have any ideas, just hunt down the post, and we will plan a next webinar for you. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you
Have
very
an awesome
much.
evening.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.